Tonight on Noir. We meet LaSorte's pride and joy. Former Navy SEAL Dom Raso tries to bring LaSorte back to the tactical side. I review the Coonan 357, and Stage 8 of the challenge forces me back into the woods.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Noir. So what you got in store for us today, Mr. Man?
Well, you know, one of the things that's been happening lately, there have been some self-defense shootings that are out there, you know, and so we talked to friends, and friends mentioned, like, you know, why aren't these people being shot in the legs? You know, if they need to be shot, why not in the legs? And you and I have talked about this in the past, and you had a really good story as to explaining to people why that's just not really the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I think,
idea.
well, I mean, to us, because, you know, we kind of have a better understanding of it, but I think for a lot of people who don't know much about guns, their only exposure is what they see in movies.
Yeah.
And in movies, we all know the rules. No one ever misses. No one ever runs out of bullets.
Right. No reloads.
And when you shoot people, they fly back 110 feet.
Right.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in reality, hitting a moving target is really hard.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what happens is your focus is, boom, the threat. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And so instinctively, I'm like, oh, let's stop it. I think it's unrealistic to expect people to be able to kind of decipher in the heat of the moment. Okay, I'm gonna go for that right leg there.
Right.
I'm gonna go for right
Well,
like
and
that.
I think too, okay, so what if the person that you shoot in the leg still has a gun?
Okay, what's going on here? You're trying to stop the threat.
Yeah.
Does injuring a person's leg immediately stop that threat? No, because their hands and arms still work.
Yeah.
So it is something that just people need to realize just isn't
And I
realistic.
think some part of it too is people not wanting to deal with the idea of killing someone.
That's true. I think that's
it's
the
hard.
big
That's
point.
something that takes a lot to deal with, because when you really take it to that next step and you're like, the idea of having to take a life can be overwhelming for some people.
Well, I would
And
say
it's
the
like,
majority of people have never been faced with that situation.
Exactly.
And because of that, they have no idea what they would be feeling right at that moment. They have no idea how, if they were in that situation,
I
and it
know.
was, yeah.
But I want the options.
Right.
But someone who has dealt with that situation many, many times, our guest this week.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he knows all about center mass
Yeah, he
and
does.
not necessarily shooting for the legs.
Yeah, and I want to see what happened to you this week.
Yeah, I don't know if you really do, but we'll see. Dude, the shooting that we're doing on the show, this athletic shooting, it's driving me crazy. I'm not doing any of the stuff that I've trained for 2 decades to do, like scan after you get done shooting, tactical reloads, shooting from cover and concealment, doing speed reloads, transitioning from rifle to handgun. I just feel like I'm gonna be in trouble if I get in a fight.
Let's go.
All right, so what are we gonna do?
Concealed.
Do some
So we're
concealed
gonna
stuff?
work off concealed.
And that's what's happening to me right now is the athletic shooter with Amy and Coleone and Katie is that it's kind of eroding a little bit.
What I want to do is have you hit the pads,
Right.
build up your heart rate, a
Yeah.
little bit of adrenaline dump, 30-second hooks on the pads,
Yeah.
and then move right into a concealable draw. 45 seconds, threat, I'm gonna move out of the way, strip the gloves, go into the draw, 2 to the midsection,
Yeah.
1 to the head.
Okay.
All right? Woo! Stand your ground.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
All right.
Move, breathe, breathe. Harder. If you're gonna fight for your life, come on. Let's go. This is what happens before a fight. This is how you're gonna feel. Let's go. Harder, faster. Move. Think about what's behind me. Think about what's happening next. Right. Stretch, go into the draw, stand your ground. Scan.
Scan like I don't normally do.
Pick your secondary targets. There you go. Top off your gun. Don't cross your legs. This isn't ballet. Go ahead, think about what's next, what's after, who's coming, who's showing up. Get the gun put away. Good to go. How's that?
It's not exactly what we do on the freestyle field.
Breathe. Think about what's going on. Harder, more power. Let's go. Threat. Hand. Threat. Sprint. Get that cover.
And I gotta reload.
Work it out. Think about what's up.
And now another one. Oh,
Get that gun up.
oh, okay.
Good hits.
So Coleon, this is what happens when you do left-handed malfunction clearances with Dom.
So as I draw up here, I bury my chin into my arm.
Right.
So now I've got something, I actually have a little cover here. I'm protecting my CNS.
And that's
I
something
also-
somebody doesn't want to close in on.
No, because this sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Threat! Your right arm's down. Your right arm's down.
Gotta get my hits.
There you go.
Dude, I forgot how this was so good.
It's not unrealistic to think that we're on a static range, but if your gun starts malfunctioning,
Right.
you know, we don't have any cover here.
Yeah.
We're in an open field.
Right.
So a lot of the times I tell people, I'm like, all right, is it worth dropping to a knee or going to the prone? That's something you have to
Right.
figure out in the fight. Press check.
Okay.
Something you guys probably aren't doing.
No.
A lot of guys will go click in a CQB scenario
Right.
and go, oh, what happened to my gun? I don't give a what happened to my gun
Right.
in a CQ situation. I'm going click, getting that thing out of my way and get my other pistol
Yeah.
out.
Nice, good clearance. Ah, this is life right here. I love this, man. I could do this all day, every day.
Contact left.
Oh, that was fun, man. That was fun. This really showed me what I missed and what I've been missing. But I got to run to Dallas for a meeting, buddy. I'm going to leave you back out here to continue to train.
Nice work, brother.
Obviously, awesome seeing you, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome seeing
Keep it
you.
up, keep the reps going, and
Woo!
don't let Noir get to you, man.
No, I
Don't let
know.
Noir
That's what I
get
need
you.
to avoid, man. But this was my home. This is where I need to be, man. This is awesome. I've forgotten about how great it is. This is where I'm supposed to be.
The Coonan 357 Magnum 1911 is one of those guns that you just can't help but make the bang, bang sound each time you pull the trigger. Because clearly, the fireball this thing creates isn't enough theatrics and drama for you. This gun simply commands an unbridled level of respect. From a distance, it looks like a regular old 1911, but when you feel it in your hands, you realize you're holding something special. It's bigger and a bit meaner than your average 1911. Like if you shot it into the sky, it would create another hole in the ozone layer. There's a certain crude refinement about this gun. Picture Mike Tyson playing the violin. For such a brawlic presentation, the trigger is incredibly precise and deliberate. The only thing stopping you from shooting this gun fast is the cartilage in your wrist. Sure, it shoots a lot softer than a .357 Magnum revolver, but make no mistake, the likelihood of developing arthritis increases with each pull of the trigger. Initially, your heart's gonna wanna put this gun in the novelty box, but don't let it. This isn't some oversized show-off toy you bring out to get 1 million views on YouTube when your gun recoils and knocks you on your ass. This is a viable platform in my mind. I run and gun with this gun the same way I can with the Glock 19. It may not be as agile or as practical as a Glock 19, but this is no safe queen. This gun was built to be shot, even if it feels like it's trying to destroy itself every time you shoot it. The drama and controlled chaos of this gun gives you a wow novelty factor, but it still has the ability to be a shootable, boringly reliable gun. I always say the M&P 1522 is the most fun I've ever experienced shooting a gun. And now, I can easily say the Coonan 357 Magnum is a close second.
On the way home from the badass defensive shooting with Dom, I started thinking about athletic shooting again. Why the hell am I doing it? I'm not an athletic shooter. I'm a fighter, a tactician, a shooter, period. I don't play games with guns. I train with guns. But then I caught an open, straight stretch of road laid out like a runway, and my right foot instinctively hammered its favorite pedal. The speedometer needle looked like Coleon's heart rate monitor when he walks into a sneaker store the day of a new release. Why was I driving like this? In the city, I drive to survive, glancing both ways through an intersection, even on a green, watching other drivers' hands to predict their next insane move as I pass by. The list goes on. Was there a purpose? Was I training to be a better defensive driver? Or is there something deep inside me activated by a fast car and an open road? I've been lying to myself all these years. I'm not a tactician. I'm a competitor, a rush junkie, an athlete. Coleon, I'm back! Oh, that did not hit.
Nope.
Okay, well, something is definitely wrong.
Adventure breeds character, and the path should be less traveled. Independence breeds survival, and you must depend on who you know you are. Your inspiration drives you to never waste a moment. As a pioneer, an advocate, a gun owner, it's time to celebrate your lifestyle every single day.
Okay, clearly another tongue-in-cheek moment on the Noir show. I think everyone can appreciate that.
That I want to know parts of.
You didn't want any part of that boxing glove exhibition, shooting from attention?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous. I felt a little left out there.
Because on some regards, you actually do also appreciate the tactical side of shooting.
Anybody who doesn't know that is a fool.
Right. Well, I think there might be some people that miss that. You know, after episode 9, we took a little heat for you hollering at Katie for so long.
And he's one of my best buds. He does not yell at me in real life. Not yet, at least.
Now, I will say, I actually do shoot that way, though. The way I was shooting while he was being Mr. Tactical, that's
a part of you. But if you decide to go take a defensive class, you're going to be a serious student.
Absolutely.
You're going to shoot. You're going to learn from Dom like I did there. I mean, it's been a long time since I had that kind of crazy adrenaline rush where he was making me hit his gloves and he's like, harder, harder, breathe, harder, harder. I mean, I was completely exhausted by the time I tried to get those gloves off, which was cool because it was kind of like trying to fight somebody's handhold off you and then draw from retention and shoot. It was bad. I mean, I loved it. It gets me going.
It's like Katie could appreciate this analogy. I look at it the same way as like when I played organized basketball and then street ball.
Yeah.
You know, street ball is just basketball for the sake of basketball.
Yep.
Like
Right.
it's a totally different way of playing. You take some of
Yeah.
you take some of these NBA players and you watch how they play in a game and then take them to Rucker Park and watch how they play Rucker Park. Totally different.
Well, I'm interested to see if these tactical skills help you out in the next round of the competition.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, so Katie, why don't you tell everybody where we're at right now?
Okay, so after running stage 7, Coleon is at 5 minutes and 6 seconds, and LaSorte is running at 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
Awesome.
Y'all ready to see the next
Yeah.
stage?
If I don't win this stage, I'm gonna blame it on Dom. That's all I'm saying.
This is a 12-hit triangle layout shot entirely with the Mossberg MVP bolt-action rifle. After 3 hits at the 50, they'll run to the 90-yard berm for 3 more. The next station is still from 90 yards, this time from the wooded area, where the shooters might look to employ a tree rest. Finally, it's a 40-yard forward dash back to the original station for 3 last hits from the 50-yard line.
I'm good.
On the tone, 2, 1.
All right, Coonan, so you had an impressive last stage. Darren's gonna start off. He's right on it. I get it. I want to talk a little bit about in this stage, I noticed y'all run completely different when you're running with your rifles. And I know there's cases for both. You run muzzle down and he runs muzzle up. So talk to me a little bit about the difference when he climbs up on this berm to shoot.
It's just a natural thing. I just naturally have always run muzzle down. I couldn't even explain to you why.
Right, it's just your instinct is to run muzzle down. Gotcha.
Absolutely.
All right.
And I don't know, I always felt it awkward to run muzzle up. I felt like I was like in a bad 80s movie.
Right. I feel like it would be a little bit harder to control when I moved with y'all the other day when LaSorte had me working a little bit on movement. I went naturally muzzle down as well, but I know he's tactically very advanced, I guess you could say.
That did not hit.
Nope.
Okay, well, something is definitely wrong.
Clear. 40. Left side, left side, left side.
Oh, where are we?
1.
He's...
Oh yeah, he sure is. That's gotta feel good.
He's supposed to be the bolt gun guy.
I think this is where you're gonna catch up. Like I said, I feel like every time that you've gone behind him is when you really perform well because you're an athletic, competitive-minded person. See what you gotta beat and you can go out and beat it.
I would have to agree with that. I don't want to, but yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm behind in and of itself is bothering me.
All right, LaSorte, I got you running at 74.47.
74.47. This is your chance to make up some time.
Don't patronize me, man.
Buddy, we're clear this out. See what you got.
All right, LaSorte, come on
that-
over here.
I was sure something happened to the scope. When I was in those trees, I'm like, those are good shots.
Aren't you the guy who's supposed to be like, I can't even count the number of times I've been in the woods. You get in the woods and you start freaking out.
I was scared. I ran that way, then I ran this way, and I was like, tell me where to be.
All right, LaSorte, as we watch Coonan get started, we highlighted, as you were running the course, that he likes to run, when he's moving with his rifle, muzzle down.
Right.
Explain, you go muzzle up. Now, from your tactical background, is that something you were taught? Is it just your instinct? What's your preference, and why do you do it that way?
Well, it's a good question. It's my training. You know, just my instructors always kind of thought muzzle up was the safe and best way to go. And, you know, it's one of those things that's debatable. You can go either way with it.
And they're both considered gun safe.
Yes, they should be. I mean, there are some people who are very, very vehement about muzzle down is the only safe way to go. And he's shooting well, like I figured he would. He did the same thing I did, though. Maybe he got lost in the... Nope, he didn't get lost in the trees. So it really is a matter of personal preference. I just think muzzle up is a better way to go. And I think you can move faster.
You can tell your difference in preference, too. The way you go muzzle up, muzzle down, and then on the burn, you go prone, he stands up.
Well,
so
and I think he's just showing off.
Right.
I think he might just...
Just so he can stand up and hit it from there, right?
No, I think... Because, I mean, prone is just such a more stable position. Now, honestly, you can probably work a bolt a little bit quicker when you're standing, so that might have been why he was doing that. And he has one... Oh, he had to go to a mag change.
Dang.
Oh, he was shooting so well, but that was actually a quick mag change.
He seems to be working the bolt better, too, this time.
And then he had...
Oh, man. Oh, he's going to be mad after this.
Yeah. There he goes. He gets his hit.
He is calming down, though. He's calming down in between.
But he had such a clean run going there. He just got to the last round. Oh! That hurt my soul.
All right, Coonan, I got you running 89.17.
Katie, I always love getting another female's perspective, and you were up close and personal throughout this entire competition. So what was your takeaway from this?
You know, it's been cool. Each stage has kind of pointed out some big differences between Coonan and LaSorte. So, Coonan, I'm curious. I got to hear LaSorte's perspective on why he chooses to go prone on the berm. Why is it when you go on the berm you like to stand up?
Because I'm a show off.
Okay, fair enough, because he's a show off.
Or a butterfly.
No, I'm dead.
There was no reason.
I have no rhyme or
You have to be
reason for
seen.
why I go and stand at the top of the berm.
It looks
if
really
he felt
cool.
like laying down one day, I'm sure he
It
would do
looked
that
like
too.
heroic and
Like
that
King
would
of
be
the
a
Mountain.
statue, like in 1,000 years, there'd be a statue of Coolio Noir on top of a hill shooting a bolt-action rifle.
You never know
Part
when
of
our
it is
freestyle shooting
part
goes
of it is the
famous.
butterfly too, because it's like, how often you get to say, yeah, I stood on top of a berm during a
Yeah.
shooting competition
Yeah.
and shot from standing on top of it.
So I got lost in the forest. I got lost in the trees.
He was
slowed you
running
down a little bit?
circles.
Yeah.
I hope you guys saw that and paid attention. Yeah,
And this is
we
the
saw
same.
LaSorte
This is the same
circling
guy who
trees.
likes to make fun of me because I've never been in the woods
Yeah.
yet. He's still getting lost.
He put you, yeah. Colion put
My
you to
old eyes
shame
failed
and-
me, yes. And then, so you had the mag change, which got you. I mean, that was, because after you did the mag change, because that did surprise you, I think you had one hit left.
Let me tell you what
had
happened.
like 3 misses right after that, I think.
Here's what happened. Working a bolt gun is like dealing with the siren. Because it starts to become intoxicating after a while. So I just became obsessed with just working the bolt. I wasn't paying attention to anything else. Like literally, I was
did
just
have a
like,
shirt
I've
straight
heard
in there
you
somewhere.
say that
Yeah.
before. You've literally said to me before when I've been on the range with you, man, working that bull is so fun.
it's fun. It is.
I
I'm
agree.
ready
And
to
he
get
forgot
to
he
it.
was in a competition.
And that is why I like the
It's-
Mossberg patrol rifle so much, is because it's a small, compact, bolt-action gun that is just a ton of fun to shoot.
It's fun to watch too, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, though. I'm still a man of instant gratification.
I know.
So when the time comes, semi-auto, baby.
Your Daniel defense is always going to be somewhere within about 10 feet of you. I know, even if you have a bolt action in your hands. Pretty much.
Oh man, well Katie, we just thank you for sharing that with us first off.
Absolutely.
But where are we with the time right now?
Okay, so right now there is about a minute's difference. LaSorte is still in the lead, so you guys tune in next week and see if Colion makes his big comeback.
Next week on Noir.
It wasn't that he was going down, so. Look at that.
Damn, he got him quick.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! That is a big man running right there.
4.